Alright, for this game what we have here is just some King of the Hill matches between friends. I do believe both of these players here, Novix and Zimripple, are both diamond players if I'm correct. And as you can see, we do have Novix at the top spawning as the red Protoss, and here on the bottom left we have Zimripple as Zerg. In case you're not aware of what King of the Hill is, it's basically 1v1. If you win, you keep going, and if you lose, you wait your turn again. And basically, if you keep winning, you're at the top of the hill, so hence King of the Hill, because that's where you are. But enough with that. So let's go into it. We're going to go ahead and just fast forward through the drone building phase, if you will. There's no action going on there. We do have a drone from the Zerg player come in and just start picking off at this one probe. Looks like he does get the kill, however you will see a surround. This very, very lucky drone makes it out. 11 health. On his way down the ramp, he will run into another enemy unit and gets another stab at him, but it's just not enough, so he's heading back to base to go ahead and turn into a building, you know, get some money, get some gas or minerals rather, just whatever it is little drones do. So there goes another pylon. What we have is a gateway. Now this is a newer game since the patches where the Roach did get its increased range. The Void Rays were slowed down a little bit. For Terran, they actually have to build a supply depot before they can build their barrack. This is again after the MLG Pro tournament in DC. And the reason I'm putting this game on is because Novix actually goes for a bold move and copies Kiwikaki's drop, if you will, build, and does the 2 Immortal, warping in the 4 gate worth of Zealots, and pushing on this fast expansion Zerg, which he does see right here. Does see that fast expansion going on. However, here goes a very common build for Protoss players. You'll see them build 1 or 2 gateways, or 1 gateway and 1 cybernetics core, as we see here, and they'll use this Zealot, go right about there, just to wall off, put them on hold position, and now until either one of the buildings that goes down or until the Zealot goes down, nothing can get through here. So it's basically a wall, except for they can move the Zealot and get their units through there if needed. We do have that expansion up, and they will go ahead and get a few drones from Zimripple to start mining. We do have a Roach Warren going up, and definitely see some of those that Roach range in action. Here goes the robotics facility along with 3 more gateways, chrono boosting the warp gate technology. The biggest mistake I would say that was made here is what happens is the Protoss player Novix actually comes and does his drop right somewhere around here and does get spotted early on. However, in this stage, this does block view. So if you are in this area, because of these smoking gas things from the ground, unless you have either a unit already in there or you have air, then they will not be able to see you. So to be a little more sneaky, I think that we should have seen Protoss come and try and do the warp in right here, and it probably would have helped them out. But instead it comes right here and does push in quite a bit. There we go, first Immortal, second Immortal on its way. And there goes the Warp Prism. Zimripple is going to see this here, the Zerg player. Does see the Immortal coming out. And they are getting loaded into this Warp Prism, which will be headed to the base for its drop. And the warp gates are already up, so they're ready to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch this to see Zimripple. This is what he sees. There it is, just in range. Just lucky little overlords able to see this sneaky little attack coming from Novix. And the push. Again, this is only a few nights after seeing Kiwikaki do this build, so it's in no way is it perfected yet, of course. And again, it's just between friends, it's not a ranking match or anything. So we have some nice micro right there when we have the Zealots, of course, in the front and these Immortals in the back, and they just really do damage to these roaches because they do have that one armor. But as you see against light units with the surround, they do go down quick, and these Zealots just did not make it in time. Had they have been there a little bit earlier and the Immortals brought back a little earlier, might have been a different battle, but the Protoss player will have to retreat. Again, I would have liked to have seen that happen right here. Probably would have been a little bit more effective, if not game changing. So let's go ahead and switch the view back so we can, of course, see everything. We do have a few more Immortals getting made and produced right there. Still working off of one base though, and as you can already see in the minerals, it's already starting to affect him. He's got a little over 100 less gas and about 200 to 300 less minerals, so coming in. And looks like we have some Hydralisks, some Speedlings, a Roach or two coming up to this expansion over here, the right outside the natural of the Protoss player Novix. And he does get that Overseer, so he is aware of those Stalkers. Now there's actually no unit currently right here. He's gonna have to put a Zealot there, or else these Lings are just gonna be able to run right through and have vision for, and he does. He's not gonna have the unit there in time. And there it is. Zerglings run right on by. Nice force field, however, from the sentry, preventing most of those units from coming up. And now they will get few free hits as they have to retreat because they no longer will have vision. And we do see some more Zealots being warped in. And the sentry is going to need some more energy before he can lay down another field. Looks like we have the Zerg players in Ripple just gathering his forces here. And a third expansion here with the gold minerals being laid down. Take a look at Novix. He has no idea that that's going on. However, we do see a battle up here. Look at the range. Look at the range on those roaches. Looks like the Stalkers are going to be able to go ahead and defend this. And nope, never mind. Here comes reinforcements just in time. Look at that creep. Creep is spread all the way up the ramp, forcing with his army this Protoss player to fall into retreat. And notice this, you can no longer sit there and try to macro them, attack, shoot to those roaches now that they have that increased range. And that is, of course, after they do have the speed increase. If we go back and take a look at the roach den, it is no longer there, so that was already researched. We do have this expansion up and ready to begin getting some of those nice gold minerals that produce more than blue. Each worker or worker drone unit, whichever it may be, SCV, depending on what race you are, will get more from the gold units than they will from the original blue minerals. And yet again, still no unit to wall this off, and they will get vision again. And we do have a robotics bay going down, so I'm assuming we're going to get some colossi popping out here pretty soon. Do we have any air? No, any banelings, nothing like that. So, well, we do have some air defense. And there it is. The robotics bay is up. Colossi, no. He actually goes to research for the increased range for the colossi, and yet there's no colossi in production. Looks like gas is what's preventing that from here. 200 gas deficit. Gonna have to wait for that before we can get that unit out. Definitely not sure why I chose to get the increased range before getting the unit. And here comes the final push. 3 base Zerg versus 1 base Protoss, and there's a GG. So again, just so everybody know, this is just non-ranking matches between friends, just gathering up for some King of the Hill. Hope you enjoyed it, and look out for the next videos coming on. Have a good one.